Hello there, it's Maggie, the Cheshire Crafter here. For the past few days, I've spent some time in Southport on the Lancashire coast. I'm in the hotel room now, I'll be back home tomorrow, and I just wanted to share some of the things I've seen and some of the things I've done with you. So come with me for just a few minutes, just enjoying things to do. The Duke's Folly Hotel is not the original hotel. I found that out when I went to the Atkinson Gallery today because I've seen a model of the original hotel. But I've also realised that Duke Street connects the main thoroughfare, Lord Street, with King Street, and there are a great deal of references to the royals in this area. The last time I was here was for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, and of course we've had a state funeral and a new king ascended since then. So let me show you some of the royal things in Southport. One of the reasons I come to Southport is it's very welcoming and it's very flat. There are seats everywhere, so I can stop very frequently. Now you can see the buildings opposite. Some of them have been renovated. You see the ones to the right have been renovated and will sell for a lot of money. Those just on the corner at the top look quite derelict, but they're actually prime site property for somebody who's got some money. It is a dual carriageway 2 ways down the road, and this was the design that the Victorians loved when they came to the sea for the air. The design for Southport inspired the building of the Champs-Élysées in Paris, so that's quite impressive, and there is a memorial for that further down Lord Street. They've got the Christmas decorations up, I see. I was last here in June when they were celebrating the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, and Southport Council didn't put up any decorations, the shops did. So it's interesting to see that they're spending money on Christmas decorations now. I do think that these decorations have been up for quite some years. I'll try and capture those at night if I can come out later on. This is the Wetherspoons. Wetherspoons took over many old buildings and renovated them. Very popular, and in the summer people are sitting out there having lager. It's nice on a hot day. It's not so busy today. It's not the sort of day people think, oh, we must go to Southport. Southport brings people out when the sun's shining. Look at those old buildings with the porticos, what they call the plasterwork on them, in Phoenix, and that's round to the Promenade again. It's half term next week, and come rain, hail or shine, Southport will be busy. The hotels will be booked up, the bed and breakfast will be booked up, the park and rides will be booked up. It's a great place to bring children. I've stayed in a real good B&B off here, the next road up, called Bath Street. And can you see the Victoria Monument up there? I used to stay at the Scarries Brick Hotel. It's got very special memories for me and for my friends and family. But it's owned by Britannia now, and it's come into disrepair. It needs an awful lot of money thrown at it. The beauty of it is its location. As you can see, it's right on Lord Street, and it's opposite the Promenade, it's opposite the pavement cafés, and opposite is the Atkinson Gallery. And then we go up the road, up between the road and the florists is where the railway station is. Lots of people on mobility scooters. They're available for hire here, and I might do that at some point in the future. As you say, it's very flat. I think Beale's is the only department store that's survived with next yes to it. There are independent bookstores. I can probably walk down as far as the Works, and then I need to stop again. They are very traditional, but I think they're catering for a certain age group. And I suspect that even this department store will close down in not too far distant future. Right, I'm very hot now after having lunch. The lunch cost me £17 and I left them a tip. I'm really warm, although it's not raining now. I've got my raincoat on, I've got my umbrella in a bag. The shops, as you can see behind me, In their heyday, they were fabulous shops, lots of department stores. Debenhams, as you know, nationwide has closed down. There is a department store, Beale's, but there are dotted around Victorian Arcades that were built, Cambridge Walks. I've just passed one, I can't remember what that's called. Some of them are arcades that have been converted into antiques stores and stalls, and one of them is a vintage, very much 1970s, well worth walking through, and I'll try and capture those if I can. I say capture, I don't mean capture, I mean photograph. They also tell the story of how Napoleon was inspired on his visit to Southport, and as a result he built the Champs-Élysées. How impressive is that? Well, I've just stopped for a sit down. My back's now killing me and my legs are giving way. But I've just stopped opposite, next to the Travelodge. I'm going to flip the camera because there's this building that looks like it was once a theatre, and it's being done up and it's Art Deco design. So let me flip the camera and you can see what I mean. I think that was perhaps once a cinema, and some of the Art Deco features have been retained. Those lights, by the way, aren't flickering in real life. So there is scaffolding up, and I just wonder what this building will become. And I wonder what it was like inside in its heyday. Well, I've just come out from having a coffee. It's now 4:30, and I've popped into a shop. The road ahead of us leads down to the Promenade, and on our right we're at Lord Street, and I've just walked up the pedestrian area here, which is delightful. I love the autumn colours on the trees. The trees are losing their leaves now, so it's very slippy underfoot, and sadly those Christmas lights haven't come on yet. It's gone 5 o'clock, but I need to go back to my hotel. I'm really